Young black girl plea to Korean Mafia boss to be her dad for graduation uncovers a 16-year secret. The rain hit harder than Zara's nerves could handle. She stood outside Club Eclipse like she was waiting for her own execution. Soaked uniform, shaking hands. Graduation letter crumpled in her fist like evidence of a crime she hadn't committed yet. Inside that club was Yoon Tae-sung, Korea's most feared mafia boss, a man who made people disappear with a phone call. A man who'd looked at her exactly once, 2 years ago, and somehow cleared her grandmother's debt without a word. Tonight, she was about to walk through those doors and ask the impossible. Pretend to be my father for one night. Insane? Absolutely. Dangerous? Definitely. Necessary? More than breathing. Because in 2 weeks, Zara would graduate from Seoul International High School. Honor roll, full scholarship, everything her dead mother had dreamed of. And she'd be the only girl at that ceremony standing alone. No father for the dance, no family in the photos, just empty space where love should be. Her grandmother was dying. Chemotherapy was eating her from the inside out. Zara couldn't ask her to sit through a 3-hour ceremony when she could barely sit through dinner. So here she was, outside a mafia club, in a thunderstorm, about to proposition the devil himself. The security guards saw her coming, 2 walls of muscle in expensive suits. They looked at her like she was lost. Wrong neighborhood, kid. She opened her mouth. I need to see Yoon Tae-sung. They laughed. Actually laughed. Go home. I'm not leaving until I see him. You'll leave in a body bag if you don't move. Zara lifted her chin, channeled every ounce of her mother's stubborn fire. Then call him. Tell him Zara Mitchell is here. Tell him I need 5 minutes. The first guard's expression shifted. He touched his earpiece, muttered something in rapid Korean. Long pause. Then his face went pale. He says let her in. Wait, what? The doors opened. Purple light, bass-heavy music, the smell of money and violence. The second guard gestured inside. VIP section, top floor. Don't touch anything. Walk straight through. Zara's legs moved on autopilot. She crossed into Club Eclipse and the doors sealed behind her like a coffin lid. No going back now. The music pounded through her chest. Beautiful people doing beautiful, terrible things on the dance floor below. She climbed the spiral staircase, each step harder than the last, each breath thinner than the one before. And then she saw him, Yoon Tae-sung, mid-40s, perfectly tailored black suit, sharp jaw, sharper eyes. He sat in a leather booth backlit by purple light, whiskey glass in hand, looking like death had taken human form just to collect debts. He watched her approach with the kind of attention that made her skin crawl. She stopped 3 feet away, close enough to speak, far enough to run. Her voice cracked. I need your help. He sipped his whiskey, slow, deliberate. I don't help people. You helped me before, 2 years ago. That wasn't help. That was pest control. Zara pulled out the graduation letter, held it like a shield. I'm graduating in 2 weeks. Father-daughter dance. I don't have a father. I need you to pretend, just one night. Silence. Long, suffocating, deadly. Then Yoon Tae-sung did something that stopped her heart. His hand trembled, just slightly, just enough. He set down his glass, stood, walked toward her like a predator circling prey. Up close she could see the exhaustion in his face, the pain, the weight of 1,000 buried secrets. You have no idea what you're asking, he whispered. I know exactly. No. He touched her cheek, gentle, terrifying. You don't. His hand shook against her skin. But I'll do it. His smile was broken glass and shattered dreams. I'll do it because I owe you more than one dance, Zara Mitchell. He stepped back, and something in his eyes made her blood run cold. This man knew her, really knew her. What had she just unleashed? Welcome to Ella Bill's Stories. Hit subscribe right now and turn on notifications. You won't want to miss what happens next. Because what Zara doesn't know, the secret Yoon Tae-sung's been hiding for 16 years is about to destroy everything. Let's go. Zara's life in Seoul was built on 2 lies. Lie number 1, her father abandoned them before she was born. Lie number 2, she was safe. She believed all of them, until tonight. But let's rewind. 2 weeks before graduation that would change everything. Seoul International High School, Wednesday morning. Homeroom announcement that made Zara's stomach drop. Seniors, don't forget, father-daughter dance tickets are due Friday. It's going to be beautiful this year. The committee's planned something really special. Around her, girls squealed, pulled out their phones, texted their dads excited messages with way too many emojis. Zara stared at her desk, counted the scratches in the wood. 37. She'd counted before. Her best friend Hana leaned over, whispered, "You okay?" "Fine." "Zara, I said I'm fine." She wasn't fine. She was drowning in a room full of people who had something she'd never have. Fathers who showed up, fathers who cared, fathers who existed. After class, she walked home through Itaewon, past the foreign restaurants and expat bars, past the tourists taking selfies, past lives that looked easier than hers. Her grandmother's apartment was on the 4th floor, no elevator. Zara climbed the stairs, each step a reminder that they couldn't afford better. Inside, her grandmother sat in her usual chair, wrapped in blankets even though it was warm. The chemotherapy made her cold, made everything cold. "How was school, baby?" "Good." Zara dropped her bag, forced a smile. "You eat today?" "Little bit." The rice bowl sat untouched on the table. Zara's chest tightened. Her grandmother was disappearing, fading like old photographs. The cancer was winning, and they both knew it. "Graduation's in 2 weeks," Zara said, trying to sound excited. "You'll come, right?" Her grandmother's eyes filled with tears. "Baby, I don't think—" "It's okay." Zara knelt beside her chair, held her papery hand. "It's okay, Grandma. I understand." But she didn't understand. Didn't understand why her mother had to die, why her father never existed, why she had to be the strong one at 16 when all she wanted was to be someone's little girl. That night she couldn't sleep. She lay in her tiny room staring at the ceiling, thinking about the dance, about standing alone while everyone else twirled with their fathers, about the photos, the speeches, the empty chair beside her. Her phone buzzed. Hana. "You could skip it. No one would judge you." Zara typed back, "I would judge me." 3 dots appeared, disappeared, appeared again. "Then what are you going to do?" Good question. Zara sat up, opened her laptop, started searching. Not for dresses, not for dance tutorials, for something else, something dangerous. She typed Yoon Tae-sum. The search results made her blood run cold. Articles about organized crime, rumors about disappearances, photos of a man in expensive suits with dead eyes. 2 years ago, loan sharks had broken down their door, screaming about money, about debts, about what they'd do to her grandmother if they didn't pay. Zara was 14, terrified, helpless. Then men in black suits arrived, quiet, efficient. They made the loan sharks leave, made the debt vanish, made everything go away like it never happened. She'd asked who sent them. They didn't answer, just left a business card on the table. No name, just an address. Club Eclipse. She'd researched it later, found out who owned it, found out Yoon Tae-sung wasn't just rich, he was dangerous, powerful, connected to everything dark in Seoul's underworld. And he'd saved them. Why? She'd seen him once after that, school charity gala. He donated 500,000 won to rebuild the library, stood in the back in his perfect suit, looking bored, until their eyes met. 3 seconds. That's all it was. 3 seconds of him staring at her like he'd seen a ghost. Then he looked away and left. Zara had never forgotten those eyes. Cold, haunted, sad in a way that felt familiar. Now, staring at his photo on her laptop screen, a crazy idea formed. No. Impossible. Insane. But what other choice did she have? She grabbed her rain jacket, her graduation letter, her courage that felt paper thin, and she ran into the storm, towards Club Eclipse, towards danger, towards the man who'd saved her once before, towards answers she didn't know she needed. The rain soaked through her clothes. Her sneakers squelched with every step. Smart people would turn back. Smart people wouldn't walk into a Mafia club and ask for favors. But Zara had stopped being smart the day her mother died. She'd learned to be desperate instead. And desperation made you brave. Or stupid. Sometimes both. Club Eclipse appeared through the rain. Purple and gold lights. 2 security guards who looked at her like she was prey. This was it. Point of no return. She opened her mouth, and everything changed. I need to see Yoon Tae-sung. The guard touched his earpiece, muttered in Korean, waited. Then his face went pale. He says let her in. Zara's heart stopped. Why would he agree to see a random teenager? Why would Korea's most dangerous man say yes to her? She walked through those doors anyway, climbed those stairs anyway, because turning back now meant living with the what-ifs forever. The VIP section was exactly what she expected. Leather, luxury, violence wrapped in expensive cologne. And there he was. Yoon Tae-sung looked exactly like his photos, and nothing like them. Because photos couldn't capture the weight he carried, the exhaustion, the way his eyes went from dead to shocked the second he saw her face. His whiskey glass shook in his hand. Just for a second. Just enough. Zara made her pitch. Desperate, honest, pathetic. I need you to pretend to be my father for one night. She waited for rejection, for laughter, for security to drag her out. Instead, Tae-sung stood, walked toward her, touched her face with a gentleness that didn't match his reputation, and said the words that would haunt her forever. I owe you more than one dance, Zara Mitchell. How did he know her full name? She'd never told him, never met him, never existed in his world until tonight. But something in his eyes said he'd been waiting, not for tonight, not for this moment, for her, for 16 years, for the daughter who'd finally found her way home. Zara didn't know it yet, but she'd just walked into the biggest secret of her life. And secrets in Yoon Tae-sung's world, they always came with blood. Tae-sung's second-in-command appeared from the shadows. Young, sharp suit, sharper eyes. Boss, this is... Leave us, Daehyun. Daehyun's jaw tightened. He looked at Zara like she was a bomb about to explode. Then he bowed and disappeared. Silence. Tae-sung gestured to the booth. Sit. Zara sat. Her wet clothes left marks on the expensive leather. She should apologize. She didn't. He poured her water from a crystal decanter, slid it across the table, watched her like he was memorizing her face. Tell me about yourself, he said quietly. What? If I'm going to pretend to be your father, I should know things, basic things, your favorite color, your birthday, what you want to study in university. This felt wrong, too easy. Men like him didn't just agree, they negotiated, demanded, took. Why are you helping me? She asked. I already told you. No, Zara leaned forward. You said you owe me, but we've never met, not really, so why? Tae-sung's expression shifted. Something cracked behind his eyes. Pain, old and deep. Your mother, he said slowly. What was her name? Zara's breath caught. Naomi Mitchell. He flinched, actually flinched, like the name was a blade. She died when you were 6, he continued. Not a question, a statement. How do you know that? Cancer. The doctors couldn't save her. Zara's hands started shaking. Who are you? Tae-sung stood abruptly, walked to the window overlooking the city. His reflection in the glass looked haunted. Someone who made terrible choices, he said. Someone who's been watching from a distance, making sure you were safe, that your grandmother got treatment, that loan sharks didn't break your door down. The room tilted. That was you? The debt? Yes. The school donation? Yes. Why? He turned, and the look on his face made her stomach drop. Because your mother, I promised I'd protect you, even if I could never be close, even if you could never know. Zara shot to her feet. You knew my mother? Yes. How? Silence. Long. Suffocating. Then, we'll practice tomorrow. Dinner, 7 p.m. I'll send a car. That's not an answer. It's all the answer you're getting tonight. His voice went cold, distant, the mask sliding back into place. "Go home, Zara. You're soaked. You'll get sick." She wanted to push, demand, scream, but something in his eyes said pushing meant losing this chance, losing the only father figure she'd ever have, even if he was fake, even if he was dangerous, even if he was lying. She walked to the door, stopped, looked back. "My favorite color is purple. My birthday is March 15th, and I want to study medicine so I can save people the way no one saved my mom." Taesung's shoulders tensed. March 15th. Yeah, why? He didn't answer, just stared at her like she'd confirmed something terrible. "Good night, Zara." She left, ran down the stairs, through the club, into the rain that somehow felt warmer than that VIP room. Behind her, she didn't see Dae-hyun return, didn't hear the conversation. "Boss, this is dangerous. If your father finds out, I won't." "She looks exactly like her. The elders will notice." "I know." "Then why risk it?" Taesung pulled out his phone, scrolled to a photo he'd kept hidden for 16 years. A beautiful black woman holding a newborn baby girl, both smiling, both alive, both his. The car arrived at 6:50 p.m. Black, expensive, driver in a suit who didn't speak. Zara's grandmother watched from the window, worried. "You sure about this, baby?" "I'm sure." Zara wasn't sure about anything. The driver opened her door. She slid into leather seats that probably cost more than their rent. 20 minutes later, they stopped at a restaurant Zara had only seen in magazines, the kind where reservations took months, where meals cost more than her monthly allowance. Taesung waited at a private table in the back. He'd changed into a dark sweater, looked almost normal. Almost. "You came," he said. "You sent a car, felt rude to waste the gas." His lips twitched, almost a smile. "Sit." She sat. A waiter appeared instantly. Taesung ordered in Korean, didn't ask what she wanted. The waiter bowed and vanished. "So," Zara started, "how does this work?" "We learn each other, practice conversations, make this convincing." "Right, convincing." She folded her hands on the table. "Except you already know things about me, things you shouldn't. I told you. You knew my mother, I get it, but that doesn't explain." She stopped, took a breath. "My birthday. When I said March 15th, you looked like I'd stabbed you." Taesung's jaw tightened. "Your mother and I were close, a long time ago." "How close?" "Close enough that losing her broke something in me I never fixed." The food arrived. Tteokbokki, Zara's favorite. She'd never mentioned that to him. Her hand froze halfway to her chopsticks. "How did you know?" "Know what?" "That I love tteokbokki." His face went pale. "Your mother, she loved it too." Zara's chest tightened. "You're lying." "I'm not." "Then tell me the truth, all of it, because this," she gestured between them, "this isn't about pretending, this is something else." Taesung set down his chopsticks, leaned back, looked at her with eyes that held too many secrets. "Not yet," he said quietly. "I'll tell you, I promise, but not yet." "Why not?" "Because once you know, everything changes. Your life, your safety, everything." "Maybe I want things to change." "You don't." His voice went hard. "Trust me, you don't." They ate in silence after that, awkward, tense, wrong. But then Taesung asked about school, about her classes, about her friends, and slowly, carefully, they started talking. He was funny, surprising, asked questions like he actually cared about the answers. She told him about her biology teacher who made terrible jokes, about Hana's obsession with K-pop, about the scholarship that would let her study medicine. "Your mother would be proud," he said softly. "You really knew her? Really?" "Yes." "Were you in love with her?" His hand trembled around his water glass. "Yes."
Then why weren't you there when she died? Why did we struggle alone? Why? Because I made a choice. His voice cracked. A choice that kept you alive, even if it meant you'd never know me, even if it meant living with the guilt every single day for 16 years. Tears burned Zara's eyes. What choice? Tae-sung reached across the table, hesitated, then touched her hand. The touch felt electric, familiar, like coming home to a place she'd never been. 2 more weeks, he whispered. Give me 2 more weeks. After graduation, I'll tell you everything, I promise. Zara wanted to push, wanted answers now, but something in his eyes begged for mercy. So she nodded. 2 weeks. He squeezed her hand gently. Thank you. Outside the restaurant, Dae-hyun sat in a car across the street, watching, phone pressed to his ear. Yes, Chairman Yoon, she's with him now. On the other end, an old man's voice turned cold. And, does she know? Not yet. Keep it that way. The moment she finds out, she becomes a problem. Understood. And Dae-hyun, if my son doesn't handle this properly, a pause, you will. The line went dead. Dae-hyun stared at Tae-sung through the restaurant window, at the way his boss looked at that girl, like she was worth dying for. Which meant she probably would be.
Tae-sung couldn't sleep. 3 a.m. He sat in his office, whiskey untouched, staring at a photograph he'd hidden for 16 years. Naomi. Beautiful. Smiling. Pregnant. He'd taken this photo the day she told him about the baby, the day his world split into before and after. We're going to be parents, she'd whispered, hand on her stomach. He'd been terrified, thrilled, stupid enough to think love could protect them. It couldn't. His father had found out within a week. Chairman Yoon didn't yell, didn't threaten, just stated facts like reading a death sentence. She's a foreigner, an outsider. You've embarrassed this family. I love her. Love? His father laughed, cold, cruel. Love is a weakness men like us can't afford. I'm keeping them both. No, Chairman Yoon leaned forward. You're not. Kill them or I will, along with you. Tae-sung had begged, pleaded, offered everything. His father didn't budge. You have 48 hours. Make your choice. Tae-sung had chosen the only option that kept them breathing. He faked Naomi's death. Car accident, closed casket, paid off everyone, created new identities, sent her and baby Zara to Busan with enough money to disappear forever. Don't contact me, he'd told her that last night. Don't come back. If they find you, we all die. Naomi had cried, held their newborn daughter. Will I ever see you again? No. Will she ever know you? His throat had closed. No. She deserves a father. She deserves to live. He'd kissed Zara's forehead once. Just once. That's all that matters. He'd watched them drive away, watched his family disappear into the night, and he died inside. For 6 years he monitored them from a distance. Secret bank accounts, anonymous gifts, protection they'd never see. Then Naomi got sick. He'd paid for treatments, best doctors, experimental drugs, everything. It wasn't enough. She died alone in a hospital room, their newborn daughter sleeping in a chair beside her. Tae-sung had watched the funeral through binoculars, wanting to hold Zara, wanting to tell her the truth, knowing he couldn't. Now she sat across from him at dinners, asking questions, getting close to answers that would destroy her. His phone buzzed. Dae-hyun. Chairman Yoon knows. He's planning something. Tae-sung's blood went cold. History was repeating itself. And this time, he wouldn't let his father win. Chairman Yoon studied the surveillance photos spread across his desk. His son, that girl, dinner, laughter, connection. He'd seen this before, 16 years ago. Different woman, same mistake. Sir? His head of security stood at attention. What are your orders? Chairman Yoon picked up a photo. Zara smiling. Naomi's smile. Naomi's eyes. Naomi's daughter. the grandchild he'd ordered dead. How long has this been happening? 2 weeks. They meet every night. He's teaching her to dance. Does she know who she is? No, sir. She thinks he's just helping her. Chairman Yoon set the photo down carefully. And my son, does he plan to tell her? Unknown. The old man walked to his window, overlooked Seoul like a king surveying his kingdom, a kingdom his son was about to destroy, again. The graduation is in 3 days, he said quietly. Yes, sir. After the ceremony, the girl becomes a problem, a loose end, evidence of my son's disobedience. Sir, she's just a child. She's a threat. Chairman Yoon turned. His eyes were ice. To this family, to our reputation, to everything we've built. What do you want me to do? Make it look like an accident, car malfunction. She drives home from graduation, brakes fail, tragic, sad. He paused. Necessary. The security chief hesitated. And if Mr. Kang finds out, he'll grieve, he'll rage, then he'll remember why we made this choice 16 years ago. Chairman Yoon's voice hardened. Love makes men weak. I won't let my son be weak again. Understood. One more thing. Sir, if Tae-sung interferes, if he tries to protect her, the old man's expression went dead. He dies with her. The security chief bowed and left. Chairman Yoon picked up another photo. Tae-sung touching Zara's face, looking at her like she was his whole world. Fool, he whispered. You should have stayed away. Across the city, Tae-sung's phone buzzed. Unknown number. The message was simple. They're coming for her. You have 72 hours. He stared at the screen, blood turning to ice. His father had found out, which meant Zara was already dead, unless he started a war.
Dae-sung called an emergency meeting. Midnight. His most trusted men only. Dae-hyun arrived first. Boss, what's happening? My father knows about Zara. The room went silent. How bad? One of the guards asked. Graduation night. They're planning an accident. Dae-hyun's face went pale. You're sure? Anonymous tip, but the source is reliable. Tae-sung pulled up security footage on his laptop. I need eyes on her, 24/7, no gaps. Boss, if Chairman Yoon finds out we're protecting her, then we all die. Tae-sung's voice was steel. I'm aware. Why risk everything for one girl? Tae-sung looked up, eyes burning. Because she's my daughter. Shock rippled through the room. The girl from 16 years ago? Dae-hyun whispered. The one you... Yes. But you sent them away. You chose the family over... I chose wrong. Tae-sung stood. I've been choosing wrong for 16 years, watching her grow up through surveillance cameras, sending money she didn't know came from me, living half alive because I was too afraid to fight. He slammed his fist on the desk. Not anymore. What's the plan? We tell her the truth tonight. She'll hate you. Probably. She'll never forgive you. I know. Then why? Because hating me alive is better than loving me dead. Tae-sung grabbed his jacket. Get the car. 20 minutes later, he stood outside Zara's apartment building. 4th floor, no elevator. He climbed the stairs, each step heavier than the last. He knocked. Zara opened the door in pajamas, eyes wide. Mr. Yoon, it's midnight. We need to talk. About what? Everything. He looked past her. Is your grandmother asleep? Yes, but... Good. He walked inside without invitation, because what I'm about to tell you will change your life, and I need you to stay quiet. Zara closed the door, arms crossed. You're scaring me. Good. You should be scared. Tae-sung turned to face her. 3 days from now, someone's going to try to kill you. Her face went white. And it's my fault. What are you talking about? Sit down, Zara. No, tell me. Sit down. She sat. Tae-sung knelt in front of her. Eye level, no escape. Your mother didn't die in a random accident. I faked her death to save her life. Zara's breath caught. We were in love. You got pregnant. My father found out and gave me an ultimatum. Kill you both, or he'd do it himself. No,
I chose to fake your deaths instead, sent you to Busan, new identities, money, everything you needed to disappear. Tears streamed down Zara's face. I watched you grow up from a distance, protected you when I could, stayed away because that's what kept you safe. You're lying. I'm not. He pulled out his phone, showed her the photo. Naomi, pregnant, smiling. Zara's hand flew to her mouth. I'm your father, Zara, and now my father knows you're alive, which means you have 3 days before he makes you disappear, for real this time.
Zara couldn't breathe. The room spun. Her father, this man, this monster, her father. No, she stood, backed away. You're insane. I have your birth certificate, original, with my name on it. He pulled a document from his jacket, handed it to her. Her hands shook as she read it. Father, Yoon Tae-sung. Mother, Naomi Mitchell. Child, Zara Naomi Yoon. The paper fell from her fingers. Why? Her voice broke. Why didn't you come back? Mom was sick. She died alone. We had nothing. You had everything I could give without getting you killed. That's not enough. I know, his voice cracked. God, I know. But alive and angry is better than dead and at peace. Zara wiped her eyes, fury replacing shock. You don't get to decide that. I don't. He stepped closer. But I'm deciding now. You're not going to that graduation. What? Too dangerous. My father will strike there. Public place. Witnesses. Perfect cover. I'm not missing my graduation because... You'll miss it because you'll be alive to graduate college. His voice turned hard. This isn't a discussion. You can't control me. I can and I will. He pulled out his phone. Dae-hyun, secure the grandmother. Move her to the safe house. Don't you dare. Already done. He pocketed the phone. You have 10 minutes to pack. We're leaving. Zara's grandmother appeared in the doorway, confused, scared. 2 men in suits behind her. Baby, what's happening? Grandma. She's in danger, ma'am. Both of you are. I'm taking you somewhere safe. Her grandmother looked at him, really looked. You're him, the boy from the photos. Tae-sung froze. Naomi showed me, before she died, said if anything happened, you'd come. She knew? Zara whispered. Her grandmother nodded. She always knew he was watching, waiting, loving you from a distance. Tears filled her eyes. She forgave him, said he made an impossible choice. I don't forgive him, Zara said coldly. You don't have to. Tae-sung's voice was quiet. Just let me keep you alive. Outside, a car exploded. Tae-sung shoved Zara to the floor. Glass shattered. Screams erupted. They found us, he hissed. Move, now. The war had started early.
2 days later. Graduation day. Tae-sung had argued, threatened, begged. Zara refused to hide. I've spent 16 years invisible, she'd said. I'm walking across that stage. So he changed tactics, turned the ceremony into a fortress. His men posed as parents, security, janitors, 20 armed guards in civilian clothes scattered throughout the venue. Dae-hyun coordinated from a van outside. All positions check in. One by one, confirmations came through. Inside, Zara sat with her graduating class, white dress, cap and gown, trying to feel normal. Tae-sung sat in the audience, front row, bouquet of flowers in his lap, gun under his jacket. The ceremony started. Names called, students walked, families cheered. Everything felt wrong. Too quiet, too normal. Then Zara's name echoed through the speakers. Zara Mitchell. She stood, walked toward the stage, each step measured, careful. Tae-sung's eyes swept the crowd, looking for threats, for movement, for... There, third balcony, sniper positioning. Dae-hyun, 3 o'clock, balcony. I see him. Zara reached the stage, shook the principal's hand, smiled for the camera. The sniper's finger moved to the trigger. Tae-sung was already moving, pushing through the crowd, shouting, Zara, get down. She turned, confused. The shot rang out. Tae-sung tackled her off the stage. The bullet hit the podium where her head had been. Chaos exploded. Screaming, running, parents grabbing children. More gunshots, Tae-sung's men returning fire. Stay down.
He covered Zara with his body, felt a bullet graze his shoulder, kept her pinned beneath him. Daehyun's voice crackled through his earpiece. "Sniper down, but there's more. Ground level, 6 hostiles. Get her out," Taesung commanded. "Boss, now!" Daehyun appeared, grabbed Zara, started dragging her toward the exit. She fought. "No, what about you?" "Go." Taesung pulled his gun, turned toward the approaching men. One of them smiled. Familiar face. His father's head of security. "Chairman Yoon sends his regards." Then the real fight began. Taesung moved like death. 3 shots, 3 bodies, precise, efficient, brutal. But there were too many. A bullet hit his leg. He stumbled. Another grazed his ribs. He kept firing. Through the smoke and screams, he saw it. His father, standing in the back, watching, expressionless. Their eyes met. Chairman Yoon nodded once, then turned and walked away, leaving his son to bleed. 3 weeks later, Taesung woke in a hospital bed, machines beeping, bandages everywhere. Zara sat in the chair beside him, dark circles under her eyes. She'd been there every day. "You're awake," she said quietly. "How long?" 3 weeks. You coded twice. Doctors said you shouldn't have survived." He tried to sit up. Pain exploded through his ribs. "Don't move, idiot." She stood, adjusted his pillows. Gentle, careful. "Your grandmother?" "Safe. Your men are protecting her." "The graduation?" "Postponed. They're doing a makeup ceremony next month." She sat back down. "If you're alive, I want you there, for real this time." His throat tightened. "Zara, I'm still angry at you," her voice cracked, "for the lies, for the years we lost, for making me think I was alone. I know, but you took 6 bullets from me, so I'm willing to try, if you are." Tears burned his eyes. "I don't deserve." "Probably not." She wiped her own eyes. "But Mom loved you. Grandma forgave you. And I need a father more than I need to hate you." He reached for her hand. She let him take it. "Your grandfather?" Her expression hardened. "Gone. Disappeared after the attack. Your men are looking." "He'll come back. Let him." Zara's grip tightened. "Next time, we'll be ready." Taesung smiled despite the pain. "We? You're stuck with me now, for better or worse." "Mostly worse. Definitely worse." She smiled, small, real. "But that's what family does, right? Survives the worst together." Family. The word hit him like a gift he'd never deserved. 6 months later, Zara stood on a different stage. Makeup graduation, cap and gown, diploma in hand. This time, no snipers, no bullets, no death. Just her father in the front row, still healing, still broken, still there. After the ceremony, they took photos. Awkward, unpracticed, beautiful. "Smile," the photographer said. Taesung tried, failed, looked uncomfortable. Zara laughed. He looked constipated. "I don't know how to smile. Just think of something happy." He looked at her, really looked. His daughter, alive, safe, his. The smile came naturally then. Later, in his car, Zara held the photo, studied it. "We look good together," she said. "We look awkward. Same thing. This goes on my dorm room wall when I leave for university next year." His chest tightened. "You're leaving?" "Medical school, remember?" She squeezed his hand. "But I'll visit. Holidays, weekends, annoying phone calls. I'd like that." "Good, because you're paying tuition." He laughed, actually laughed. "Fair enough." They drove through Seoul, city lights reflecting off glass buildings, life continuing like nothing had changed. But everything had changed. Taesung had spent 16 years dead to his daughter. Now he had a lifetime to make up for it. It wouldn't be easy, wouldn't be perfect, but it would be real. And real was enough. "Dad?" Zara said softly. The words still surprised him, still felt undeserved. "Yeah? Thank you for fighting, for surviving, for choosing me." He pulled over, looked at her with tears in his eyes. "Zara, you were always the choice, from the moment you were born. I just forgot how to fight for it." She unbuckled, hugged him tight. Father and daughter, broken, healing, together. Finally, the end. If you made it here, thank you for being here. This story about impossible choices, hidden love, and second chances wouldn't exist without you. Hit that like button, drop a comment telling me which character made you cry, which one you wanted to slap, and which one made you smile. Remember to subscribe so you never miss the next story. What should we explore next? More Mafia romance? Let me know below. Love you, and see you in the next one.